Hello YouTube, my name is Johten here, and welcome to 2025. So, I'm making this video for a couple different reasons. One, 2024 has been a decent year for me in real life, but not the best year for me in the online sphere. I have kind of almost neglected the channel entirely. Had a lot of things that I've wanted to do and didn't really get to. So pretty much I'm just making this video to go ahead and put everything out there, out on the table, just so everyone knows exactly where I'm going with the channel going forward, and just giving some changes that will be coming up in the near future. To just get into a little bit of discussion, I'm going to be talking about some of my goals for 2025 for this video, so if you guys would like, I'd love to hear what your goals and plans are for 2025 in the comment section down below, so please, by all means, let me know. Tell me what you're looking forward to, tell me what you're not looking forward to, tell me everything that you want to do this year. And on topic of that, Happy New Year's to everyone. I think, yeah, by the time I'm uploading this, it will be New Year's globally, so... Long story short, just getting into everything. I was initially planning to do an like written out format for this video where I was planning on writing out exactly what I wanted to say and stuff like that, but I decided against it. I've never really been one for preset content, and I've always been super duper freeform, and that's not going to change going into 20 bullet points, and I'm going to touch on all of them. If this isn't your video, just going forward for the future in the next year, things are going to be changing on the channel. You will see a lot of them all over the place. So yeah, if that's all you wanted to hear, have a good rest of your day. If you want to be here for the long run of it, this will be a decently long video there. So first things first, what happened to me in 2024? To start with, I started 2024. I didn't post anything about it, but I went into it with a mindset of I want to try to get at least maybe 4 videos. I was probably shooting for more, for 6 videos a month, which at the time looked realistic, and honestly it doesn't seem impossible now. It's just one of those things where you always go into it with higher expectations than what you think is possible, and that kind of shot me in the foot. I started off strong. I recorded about maybe, I don't know, 12 videos within the first 2 weeks. I started editing on them, and then maybe about a week or 2 into January, I got sick, and I got really sick. It was not COVID, it was some flu variant, and it messed me up. I sounded like a chain smoker for a majority of it, and when I say it was the longest lasting illness I've ever had, I'm not joking. I was out of work for over a month. I work in tech support, so I'm always on the phone 24/7, pretty much. Not literally, but I'm on the phone a very long amount of time, and I was coughing constantly. And I even tried to make a point to my job. I went and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to be here, and both times I was there, I was coughing so much. 2 different supervisors messaged me, I'm stupid, and was like, hey, you sound terrible, you should go home. And that was on 2 separate occasions. So yeah, it messed me up so much, both physically and mentally, to start off my year that way. It kind of shot me in the foot so heavily, it's not even describable. And that really soured just my whole almost outlook on life for a little while. Like, for a couple months, I just was terrible, man. Then I finally started getting things back together, but at that point I was like, wow, I've completely ditched YouTube for like the first 4 months of the year, and I was still so worried about my own mental health, whatever, at the beginning of it. I'm like, I need to focus on me for a while, and that's what started happening. I started focusing more on myself, started trying to get myself in shape. Over the last year, I have lost around 50 pounds or so I'm pretty proud of myself in that instance. I'm not like overweight or anything, but I was still weighed a lot more than I wanted to. I'm 6'5", and now I think I weigh around 220 or so. So I mean, it's not bad weight for my range, but I definitely want to be a little bit skinnier. Long story short, I've kind of gotten everything else worked out in real life. My life is now on a consistent schedule. I know what I'm doing. etc., etc., etc. All that to say, because of that, the channel is going to be undergoing a couple of different changes. If you had noticed on all my different tabs, I've gone through private, unlisted a bunch of different videos and streams. That's actually part of what's going to be happening. So, with the beginning of all these changes, Johten, the channel, is being split. And it's like, I'm one person, what are you talking about? YouTube's algorithm is really weird, okay? Long story short, YouTube says they don't, but it has been scientifically proven, cough cough, looking at their algorithm, that it's not the case. Whenever you upload a video versus upload a stream, they are both judged under the same category of viewership, right? So say, for example, I upload a video, it gets 100 views. The retention on that video, average people watch for about is 5 minutes. Great. Well, here's the deal. I upload a stream, I'm streaming live, and then it turns into a video. Well, in the process of that, you obviously get the people clicking on it when it's live, then you get the people clicking on it after it's live. Usually, streams do not do as well as videos, because it makes sense, it's not going to. But the problem is after it is uploaded, YouTube considers it the exact same thing as a video. So it's a 3-hour-long video that people clicked on, maybe watched for 10 to 15 to 20 minutes, and then left. That is terrible retention in a 3-hour-long video when compared to a video that's like 10 minutes. A 2 to 5 retention is not terrible, it's not great, but it could definitely be a lot better. But for a stream, that is atrocious. So going forward, I have actually made a separate channel, and I ask that everybody that is a fan of my content or wants to watch me continually go over there, because I'm going to be probably just as, if not more active on the live channel than I am on this one, because editing videos, all that does take a lot amount of time. Now, with that said, I am also, you can't see any of the live streams on the channel, currently this channel. So, over the next couple weeks, couple months, I'm going to be taking most, I say most because there's some things I want to document and other things that I want to keep private for a while, of my live streams, and I'm going to be uploading them as a video to that channel. And it's kind of just going to be an archive for all of my different streaming related projects. You can always find it over there, it'll always be there. So, you currently can't see any more live streams, they will be coming back. Subscribe over there if you want to see them. Secondly, I was getting into all my goals for things, so here's just laying out what we're going for. 2025, I am going to try, and I'm not going to act like I'm going to be 100% success rate, because I know myself, and I also know life can get ahead of you. The number one thing is I want to be just completely upfront with you for everything, right? For 2025, I want to try to get a minimum of 1 video out a week, and then from that video, at least 2 to 3 shorts. Always those shorts being like, hey, if you enjoyed it, watch the full video type thing. Shorts are a big deal for YouTube's algorithm right now, and I do actually want to start growing as a channel. And a part of that is going to follow up into my final goal. By the end of the year, I would like to be around 2,000 subscribers. That is my goal. So if you really want to help me out and you appreciate me and all that stuff, I would certainly appreciate you sharing this around. Subscribing. If you have any other channels, subscribe to, you know what I'm saying. Hit the like button, comment. It really does help me out a ton. It helps out the channel, and again, it helps out the algorithm massively. So I would certainly appreciate it if you do share this around. And maybe not share this video, but hey, share some of the other videos I'll be producing. Last thing, the biggest, most important thing is I play a lot of games, right? I get off of work, even at work, play games, do a lot of gaming. It's obviously what this channel is based upon, and it's going to stay that way for a while. Now, the only thing as far as anything that will be changing in that instance is I don't want to push myself to play things I don't want to play. And that's kind of where the channel's been going over the past year or so, where it was like, oh yeah, I'm excited for this, I'm gonna play it, I'm excited for that, I'm gonna play it. Are you still playing this game? Nah. If I get a hankering to play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and I feel like, oh, this would make a pretty good video, you know? Sure, I'll upload it. Probably not gonna happen very frequently. So if you are subscribed for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 content, probably not gonna be seeing much of that. Now I will... Forbidden Project, Dragon Ball Eternal, my little OC Dragon Ball story. It's going to be coming. I don't know when. It's a big project for me and something that is always frequently on my mind every single time I see it on my channel. I'm just like, oh, I wish I could have focused on it harder. The game drained me a lot, and then the modding scene is fantastic for Dragon Ball, but it's not the easiest thing to deal with. All that to say, I will still continue that series. I don't really think I'm going to be doing anything else regarding it, so that's neither here nor there. But just a few of the games that I am going to touch on and probably pretty significantly play. Right off the bat, I have not played much Sparking Zero for reasons, but I am more inclined to do it now. I've heard the patch made a lot of good changes and fixed one of the biggest things I had issues with. Apparently in ranked, whenever you rage quit, it did not discredit you any, and it did not credit the person who won any whatsoever. That will kill a motivation for me to play a game. Because it's like, oh wow, if I lose, I could just pull the plug, and if my opponent loses, they can just pull the plug. It's really bad, but apparently that has been fixed, so I'm probably going to dive back into that. So expect a good bit of Sparking Zero content. Next, and this is something that I started last year, and then it kind of fell off completely because I didn't really know what or how I wanted to do it, but I kind of got it in my head now at least. I do really enjoy these Storm games. And by Storm games, I mean I started on Storm Connections, which, oh boo, everybody downplay, downrate, yada yada yada. I get it. It's not the old Storm games, and a lot of people don't like them, etc. Whatever, I understand. I do really enjoy that game, and I have a lot of fun on it. I haven't played it for a while, but that's just because it does kind of hurt your motivation whenever everybody else, yeah, your game sucks, no one's gonna play it, and then you hop on and actually no one is playing it. It's like, dang, that is kind of depressing. So I may go back, play some of the older Storm games. I'm not really sure yet, but it's something that I enjoy and would like to touch in the future. Now, one of the biggest things that will be upcoming for me is Hunter x Hunter Nin Impact is a game that I have followed religiously. And I pray to God it's not going to have the same freaking outcome as every other game that I am super duper hyped for and ready to create content for, because I have a very bad record. It's almost a joke in my friend group that you don't want me hyped up for a game because that game is going to fail. Biggest game example of it was, I was so hyped for the game DNF Duel, man. It's a fighting game made by Arxis, partnered by like Adon Nexus, something like that. I don't remember all of the developers, but I still love that game to this day. And it is dead as a doornail. There's like an average of maybe 100 people max on it at a time, and yeah, completely dead. I still love it. There's a lot of games that are like that. I would still be playing them religiously if they had other players, but there's just not enough of a player base to actually experience it. So I really hope that's not the case. This Nin Impact is obviously an anime-based game. I'm hoping that it kind of carries itself in popularity. But regardless, all of that being said, I'm just going to be playing what I want this year. And if you want to see more variety content, you can probably follow the live stream channel where I'll be streaming other games. Big example is Marvel Rivals came out recently. A lot of people have been enjoying and playing that. It's obviously not what this channel's really catered towards, which I understand. And I know some people are like, oh, it's evil, Fortnite, Marvel Rivals, all these other terrible games, and it's like, no, they're fine. It's just probably not for you type thing. So if you are interested in other gaming content, just more of the random stuff that I play, story games, all that, live stream channel is probably going to be your best bet. Again, I'll have the link in the description and the pinned comment and all that stuff, but yeah. So that pretty much covers everything I wanted to touch. Trying to think if there's anything else. I appreciate you all for being along for the ride with me. I have a lot of goals I want to do for YouTube. I finally have my work and life stuff all organized. So yeah, I do appreciate you all for being here for as long as you have, for all the real ones that have been here since the beginning. And yeah, you'll see more from me this year, and hopefully it'll be a fantastic year for all of us. Wish you all a happy new year. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out, and I will see you